Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I know this is Sarah Reads Slowly, but I thought it would be really fun to do some seasonal favorites today. I am really looking forward to spring, but these products helped get me through the long, arduous winter. But yeah, I to my core, I'm a reader. I love books, but also I love products. I love beauty items. I love good wine. And yeah, they just really make up who I am as a person. So I thought it would be fun to share just as a farewell to winter. And then the next video you should see from me is my spring TBR, which should be really fun, and I'm really excited about that. But first, let's chat through my seasonal favorites for winter 2024-25. I'll kick it off with probably the smallest category, which is technology. Sorry if you hear the noises. I have everything laid out in front of me on my coffee table, but I was kindly gifted a pair of the Sony noise canceling headphones for Christmas from my wonderful partner, and these have really changed my life. That is a bit of a high or sweeping statement, rather, because I had been a Bose noise canceling headphone user for years, and my partner, big audiophile, loves to research the best stereo system and noise canceling headphones, and they have like some pretty, I guess, like advanced headphones that he wears like around the house and stuff, but he had been a Sony noise canceling headphone user for a few years, and he's had a couple of pairs of them, but he got me my own pair for Christmas, and I've been loving them. I customized mine so that this is the silver color, I believe, and I just added some like little bows because it's not a Sarah product if I haven't customized it. So yeah, these have been really great. I work from home, so just like throwing these on, they're really comfortable. My bows were like really lightweight, so these definitely have some heft to them, but the battery life is great. The sound quality is fantastic. Like, it's leagues better than my bows, I think, and those were really good. So I love these. I'm, trying to take care of them. I also have a little pink ribbon, but I just like keep them in the case, and they sit right next to my desk, so I can just like pop them on and off throughout the day. But I've been loving those. They have been integral to my winter survival. But that, I believe, is the only technology bit that I have to share. So next we can get into household goods, which is like the second smallest category. So I've got a candle, which is from Voluspa or Voluspa. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it is the French Cade lavender candle. Let me see if my aspiring beauty guru. Yeah, you can see that. This is fabulous. This tiny little candle packs such a punch, and whoa, I almost dropped it. It is the kind of candle where it's like, it was expensive for the size. This was like $25 or something ridiculous like that. But oh my gosh, Matthew and I have been talking, like, when this runs out, we absolutely need another one. Absolutely is, need is a strong word, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's really, really great, and it has such a nice fresh lavender scent that's like not too grandma smelling or too punchy floral. Like, it really is truly just this most beautiful, you've gone out into the yard, you've clipped some lavender kind of smell. And it really fills the space. We typically burn it in our living room, and yeah, it makes a difference. Like, the scent throw, that's what I'm trying to say. The scent throw is phenomenal, I think, especially with a candle of this size. And we've burned this for hours on end. We got this around Thanksgiving, I think. Excuse me. And yeah, it's just been such a nice, luxurious scent that is a good transitional scent, I think. Because I am a girl who loves my gourmands. I love a pumpkin scented candle, and I have so many of those throughout this apartment. But that's not really appropriate to burn year round. I mean, I'll do it when Matt is at work and I just like want to feel cozy, because there's absolutely nothing wrong with burning a candle that's out of season. I'm the type of person that I want to use the products that I buy. I have a lot of candles. I have significantly less than what I used to have, because I would just like buy them and, oh, I can't burn this. No, I'm burning the candles that I buy. But this is just really such a lovely, soothing, unobtrusive scent if you are a person who likes candles and is looking for something that's perhaps transitional. You want something that smells like spring, but it's not too springy, but not too floral, etc. Phenomenal. Highly recommend. I can't wait to use this jar for something after we've burned all of the candle out of it, because it's so beautiful. Like, all of this brand's candles, they are in the most gorgeous glass jars. So, loving that. I also have some coffee cups, mugs rather. These are from Anthropologie, and I got them like a month or so ago, so I haven't had them all winter, but they are the like spring cups. They're really, really cute, and they're huge. They hold a ton of coffee. I love the lemon, the daisy. I've also got, trying to make sure I don't break them, the tulip and the strawberry. Oh, they are so cute. I am also a very stereotypical coffee drinker who just, I love a mug. I love a good mug. I don't exclusively drink coffee. I love tea. There's just something so fun and spontaneous about picking the mug that you get to use for the day. And I have just way too many, according to my partner, but just a lot of options. I like having options for my coffee and everything, but these are, like I said, from Anthropologie. They are really cool in that it's not a perfectly round circular mug. I don't know if you can really tell, but they were going for, I think, a handmade look, which I don't know. I'm hoping that they were made by an individual and not a machine. That's the one thing with buying ceramic products from a store like Anthropologie, is that being mass produced? I'm not sure. But they have brought me a lot of joy in just a very mundane way these past few months that I've had them. My word of the year for 2025 is whimsy, and nothing screams whimsy like a strawberry mug or a funky pair of sunglasses or something, and also just actions that I'm doing and being kind to myself. This is Noodle, by the way. Hello, Noodle. Um, yeah, I'm just trying to be nice to myself. Yes, I did buy those. Did I need to buy them? Probably not. Do we have room for them? Definitely not. But I'm glad I own them. I'm glad I have them in my collection, and they've been a really wonderful joy to use. But the last of the, I guess, like home goods. Sorry, Noodle. I'm going to scooch you over there. The last of the home goods is this wine, Bread and Butter Merlot. This is from 2022. I'm not a wine snob, but I love a red wine, specifically Merlot. And I saw this at my my local Kroger, and I got it one day, and I was like, well, that's delicious. And this is like the third bottle we've had within the last 4 months. And it's really divine. It's a nice, I guess, middle of the road Merlot if you are a wine drinker. Like I said, I took a class in college about beer, wine, and spirits. Did I retain any of that knowledge? No, not really. But yeah, I like my red wines, and this one has been great. It's the kind of red wine that you want to like pour a glass and then cozy up on the couch and watch a show, or read a book, do a craft, something. And those have been my favorite things throughout the winter, is staying home, being cozy, doing a craft, playing my Switch, which I guess, side tangent, my Switch would be another technology item that has been a favorite, but that is like a favorite consistently for years on end. But oh boy, I have been loving a Switch moment. But anyway, like I said, staying in, being cozy, doing a craft, gaming, reading, having a lovely glass of wine, and hanging out with Miss Noodle, because she is just the sweetest baby. She's so sweet and so tiny. Yeah, love that. If you have a Kroger or a Kroger conglomerate grocery chain near you and you are interested in trying a new wine, it runs about like $16 a bottle, which isn't bad. That's like typically where I try to stay when I'm buying a bottle of wine, because like I said, I'm not really a wine snob. So if it's middle of the road, I'm like, that's gonna be fine, and it typically is. So yeah, wine, love it. Can't wait to have a glass later today. It's quite gloomy here, so it's just the perfect cozy atmosphere. But yes, next we'll go into, I think we'll do fashion. So fashion that I've been loving, first and foremost, are these absolutely delicious sunglasses I got for Christmas from Matthew's family, and they are from Madewell. They are kind of like that trendy round frame, but they are so cool. I have never felt more cool wearing a pair of sunglasses than I do right now. And I think they look really cute with my bangs. I have been on the hunt for like a round pair of sunglasses like this for a while, and these ones I've had in my like Madewell wish list thing. Oops, Noodle just knocked over something and skittered away. They've been on my wish list for like a year and a half, because I think they're a pretty consistent style that they have at Madewell, and I love the tortoiseshell. I love just throwing them in my bag, getting into my car, putting on my cool little sunglasses, feeling so cool. Can't wait to take these out on the town in the summer when I'm outside and just like, having a cheeky pint at the brewery or whatever, and sitting in the glorious sun with my cool sunglasses. But these have been absolutely amazing. Like, I feel really cool, and sometimes that's all it takes, is just like an article of clothing that makes you feel cool and hip or like, more yourself, because I am a gal who struggles with both body image issues and just decision paralysis, because I'm like, I want to wear clothes that make me feel good, but what does that look like, etc. We don't have to get into it, but it is something that I struggle with, that I think a lot of people, not just women, anybody could struggle with that. So it feels good to know I have like a really cool accessory that makes me feel hip and chic, and that's just the kind of vibe I want to put out into the world, and I'm really glad to have these. Another thing that makes me feel cool is this scarf that I got, which will be retiring with the change of seasons, but oh my gosh, it's this huge plaid scarf that I got for Christmas from my sister, and I believe it's from the company called Yellow the Label. I'm gonna be honest, I just typed in large scarf on Google, and the search engine optimization served this to me, and I sent her the link, and I was like, something like this, and she got me the exact one, and I look ridiculous, but like, oh my gosh, it's so nice. I feel so cool. Again, like, I was out and somebody complimented my scarf, and I was like, oh my, me? Thank you. So I'm really glad to have this. I like putting some color into my wardrobe because I have a lot of black or dark brown or like a creamy off-white, and that's like the only color I wear. It's, I'm wearing blue today, but yeah, love this. Will be sad that it has to be put in the closet for the next, 8 months until it gets cold here again. There is, unfortunately, some fluff on my lip, but oh boy, this has been great. Really fun to just throw on, go out the door, and again, it's like one of those things that I'm like, I feel more put together. Who knew a scarf could make me feel so good? And from what I can recall, if this is still available, the price range was around like 35 to 40 United States dollars, so not too shabby. I don't know, let's see what it's made out of. So this is 3% wool, 97% polyester. That's probably why it was, $40, but I don't have another scarf, so I'm going to use this until I can't use it anymore. But I really love it. I think the plaid is really fun. It kind of, I think, is supposed to be a dupe for the Acne Studios scarves that are like $400, but very excited. Love it. It's very fun. It's very me. It's very whimsical. And that's the goal. The next fashion item. Are you ready? Okay, Sambas. We're very familiar with them. These have little embroidered flowers on them. Again, they're so cool. I love them. It's hilarious that these shoes, not these ones specifically, but Sambas in general, got really popular and trendy because I have an uncle that has, for my entire 28 years of existence, he's just worn the black, just the plain black Sambas, just every day. And I'm like, now with the demand, if he needs to get a new pair of shoes, then those are going to cost him like 3 times as much because they're hip and trendy. So, sorry to him, but he has been a fashion icon for almost 30 years. So good on ya. But these were another Christmas gift. A lot of these are the like fashion and some beauty items were Christmas gifts because that's, what I was kindly given, and I am so pleased with them. And I was like, I'm so fashionable this holiday season. But yeah, these, love them. They're really cool. I love a black sneaker. I feel like these are elevated with, like I said, the embroidery. I have a pair of plaid the yellow gingham socks with a lettuce hem. They look incredible together. They're very fun. Yeah, they're really comfortable too. They can kind of get like a little bit tiring because it's just a flat bottom shoe, but very pleased with these. Can't wait to wear these all summer long. Was glad to wear them in the winter when I wasn't wearing boots, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Last fashion item is something I made myself with the help of my wonderful grandma. Look at this. Look at this purse. It's a purse. I added a little closure. Oh my gosh. Is this not the cutest little bag? It's supposed to have bows on it. I haven't made those yet. With my reading, and similar to my reading, my sewing projects will either happen one right after the other, or we stall for like a month and a half. So, yeah, haven't revisited the bows yet on this, but I did make this beautiful little quilted slouchy purse with this incredible fruit print that I thought was so fun. And I'm really pleased, and it's really fun to like go out, and if somebody, I'm always hoping somebody's gonna ask me like, oh my gosh, where did you get that purse? And then I could say, I made it. I actually made this myself. I bought a pattern off of Etsy, I think. It was like $15. I'll make sure if I can like link any of these things in the description box, I will. If anybody's curious, this fabric, the fruit print, is from Rifle Paper Company. The like chartreuse interior is unfortunately from Joanne. R.I.P. to my lady. Just a moment of silence. I'm really, really upset about the Joanne closure, but you know, there are, if you wanted to recreate this fruit pattern, this is, like I said, Rifle Paper Company, and you can find like a similar liner on another website, or use just like double up and do fruit inside and outside, whatever. But this has been really fun to, like I said, just, and it like fits really nicely. It's not, the strap is like the perfect length. Shout out to the pattern maker, because they really probably trial and errored. They were like, we need to make sure that this is large enough, because like, you know, I have wide shoulders, and it still fits nicely. It's not like sliding down my arm constantly. It's not too tight. It's not like right up there. You could like definitely modify the pattern if you wanted a shorter strap length. I know my mom requested a bag, but like a long, like a crossbody, and I would be interested in using the like pattern, the bones of that to make that happen for her. But yeah, love this. The fruit really, it's so cute. And again, Year of Whimsy. We love the whimsical pattern. Okay, finally on to the last category outside of books. So we've got beauty products, and we'll kick it off with, let's do like skincare. So first up is the Sticky Dates lotion from LUSH. This stuff smells incredible. Oh my gosh. This is like the most delicious, boozy, caramelly, sugary, sweet scent. Then LUSH makes really great body lotions and things like that. Wow, totally worth the hype, in my opinion. I think it went viral on TikTok. I'm unfortunately not on TikTok, so I can't confirm that, but I believe that's what the wonderful employee at LUSH mentioned. But this smells really great. It's really nourishing. I feel like it keeps me moisturized. I just feel like use it on my body. I would not put this on my face, but yeah, it just smells really nice and sugary and delectable, and it's really fun to put on. You know, you get out of the shower and you're like, I smell incredible. So, loving this. Another lotion is the L'Occitane. It's a French brand. I'm not going to try and pronounce it with a French accent. I hope that if that doesn't offend anyone, but their creme mains hand cream. This, oh my gosh, this is some of the best hand cream I've ever used. I got this for myself, and I got a tube for my partner for Christmas. We did little stocking stuffers, and I really wanted like a nice hand cream because I suffer from really dry skin, and nothing is worse than like having to be on the computer, you're typing, your fingers are like, you know, crinkling like this, and I get really dry like right in the crevice of my fingers. And also, do I want to show this? Maybe. I don't know if you can tell. Like, my fingers get really dry, and like I have horrific nail beds. So sorry, that was probably, I needed a trigger warning for that. But yeah, this stuff is great. It has like a very light powdery scent that dissipates. It doesn't really stick around. I think it's the shea butter that is used in this, but wow, this stuff is incredible. And then another skincare items is the Faded Brightening and Clearing Serum from Topicals. This is a really wonderful skincare product. I am, you know, with all of my other, I guess, particles of being, I am an acne sufferer. I get acne. We always go through this cycle of like my skin gets clear, and then one day I just get a bunch of acne, and it's been a constant battle. I also struggle with like picking my skin. I know it's really, really bad. And this helps smooth skin texture, reduce dark spots, and I've noticed a really big difference. I only use this like once every 4 days, because I'm trying to do the skin cycling where you do like 2 days of moisturizing and exfoliating day, and then your retinol on the 4th day. And I use this as like the exfoliator because it has a bunch of acids in it. And it's been working really well. It has a strange scent, but you know, it's just full of acid, but I have really enjoyed using it. The only like qualm is sorry, Noodle, please don't eat that. Thank you. The only qualm is the way that the product is dispensed. You have to like, you know, I want to make sure I'm getting all of the bits out, and it's in that like aluminum packaging, which is great like sustainability wise, but can be kind of, you can like glob out too much or not enough. But like I said, I've really been enjoying this. I really enjoy this brand, like their product design, packaging design is really cool. I feel like they're very on par with a lot of the trendy skincare makeup products, but they work really well. They're really, really great. So yeah, Faded Top by Topicals has been awesome. Yeah, I guess next we can talk about blush, because it's 3 of the same. There are these little, what exactly are they called? It doesn't say, I don't think. Sorry, that just like really distracted me. This candle has, there's so much wax on the countertop. That's okay. But they're these little like cream blushes from Merit Beauty. They are, they have like the large size. So this is the, like the holiday kit they came out with. So there's 3 colors. Mood, which is like this pinky purpley color. I don't know if you can see that. Then we have Stockholm, which is like their version of the like viral baby pink, the like Dior pink that got super popular. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna blow this candle out. I was like stressing me out a little bit. It was cracking, whatever. Yeah, sorry. Stockholm, the baby pink, which is this. And Bespoke, which is my personal favorite. It's like a brownie purple. So that one right there. So Bespoke, Mood, and Stockholm. And these have been really, really lovely to use. You probably can't tell with the lighting today, but I used Stockholm. No, I used Mood. And yeah, I think it was Mood. I can't remember. One of them with like a Kosas blush over top, but they have been really fun and easy to use. The lasting power is really great. I think this is a really good size because I'm not going through my cream blush super fast. And so this is 0.16 ounces. So, a little itty bitty, but they would be good for travel. And the color story is also really cool and fun. And I like it a lot. And I'm glad I picked these up from Sephora during the holiday sale. And yeah. Can't say much more. Again, those are the colors. I don't think they'll have them available anymore, but they should have like the full size versions of these available to purchase. But I've been loving those. Whoa, the camera. Sorry. I apologize for the scattered brain energy. This is the first time I've really thought through what I was going to say. It's kind of just off the cuff, but it's fun. My channel is so new and tiny and baby that it doesn't really matter. I'm just doing this because I felt like it and I thought it would be fun and I like talking about this stuff. So I wanted to share. So the last category I have is fragrance, and I'm a big fan of perfume. I love what I hope, smelling good when I leave the house. And these have been my favorite scents that I've been reaching for all winter long. I'll definitely transition, I'll carry these into the spring as well, but they have been my favorite for now. So we'll start off with this one, which is Dulce by Rosie Jane. It's just a little travel size, but this with the sticky dates, incredible combination, because this is like caramelly and sweet, but not too sweet. It's not like the K. Ollie fragrances, in my opinion, are like very gourmand. This is like gourmand, the gourmand versus, a light gourmand, but this is really delicious. I have used a lot of it. It is one that I would definitely buy like a full size of when this eventually runs out. But yeah, it's just been a nice, easy, this is the kind of fragrance that if you're going out and you want to smell sweet, but you don't want your perfume to take over, very good. I don't know if this is like a clean brand at Sephora. Sometimes with like the clean beauty, clean fragrance, it's giving off a certain vibe or aesthetic that's just like, oh, I just naturally smell this good or look this good, etc. And that could be kind of problematic, just like using the word clean versus not when describing things. But yeah, this has been a real delight. Again, Dulce by Rosie Jane. Caramelly, vanilla, sweet, sugary, but not too over the top. Very nicely balanced. Next, I have Pistachio by Diaz and Durga. This has been a favorite for a few years now. I got this when it launched back in 2023, I think. And it's divine. It smells really good, in my opinion. It is very complex in that it smells like pistachio, but it's not like over the top sweet. There's some like earthiness to it. And it's just like it has really long like staying power. The scent throw is not over the top, but like, you know, you'll spray it on and then 8 hours later you're like, I still smell like pistachio. But I love to mix and layer perfumes. So when I'm wearing pistachio, I also layer Pistachio Brulee by Le Monde Gourmand, this is hilarious. This is like a $250 fragrance, and this is like a $25 fragrance that you can buy at Ulta. But the combination is so good. So like, this is earthy, not as over the top sweet, and then you add this Pistachio Brulee, and it's just like the right amount of sugary sweetness to like help make this like even more complex, but also just very pistachio. This is a fragrance that I bought when I was in college. Not this specific bottle, but like I had this one when I'm gonna take you on a little journey. So imagine it's 2015 in the Midwest. I am at the Ohio State University. It's my freshman year. There's an Urban Outfitters, a store that I had never been exposed to prior to starting college. Go into the Urban Outfitters. Right next door to the Urban Outfitters was a Doc Martens store. So like, I was like, this is rocking my world. Urban Outfitters had this brand, and I went in there and I was like, oh my god, these smell so good. Move over Bath and Body Works, which is like all that I had ever known before. And I was like, I am getting a real perfume. And I think there's something really beautiful in this scent memory. And now that I'm like, you know, I've been out of college for several years now and have the funds, like this was a birthday gift to myself. I'm not always buying expensive perfumes. I wish I could, but you know, I have a car payment and student loan debt, so yay. But yeah, this mixed with the Le Monde Gourmand Pistachio Brulee, it's really lovely. That is going to be the word for the video. It's really lovely, or you know, whimsical, but this I would say lovely, divine, delicious, not over the top, and lasts all day. So if you like pistachio scents, either of these. If you can't swing the price tag for this is really great. And the last scent duo is the most luxurious out of all of them. Let me put those back on the table. We've got the Burberry Goddess, which is at the last of its life at this point. Burberry Goddess and Paraphrase Grasslands. This was a birthday gift from Dearest Matthew. Oh my god. So Paraphrase used to be Libertine Fragrance. They're based out of Canada, and Grasslands was their sweet grass scent. So there was like some issue, I think, with the name of their business, so they had to rebrand. But it's the same scent. So if you happen to have sweetgrass, or if you've gotten a sample of that before, grasslands is the same. And it's just this like sun-baked wheat, grass, dirt kind of smell. That's like a really poor description, but the pitch of the scent is like late summer days, grass that's been baking in the sun, like the first inkling of fall, just this like really, again, complex, delicious, woody, but sweet scent that I can't get enough of. So I think there is maybe some lavender in this scent. I could be wrong, but I know that the Burberry Goddess is like a lavender scent as well. And the combination of these two, oh my gosh, they are positively divine when they're mixed together. This is the one that I've gotten compliments on, because, you know, that's always nice too when somebody compliments, like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. It's when I'm wearing these two. This is almost out, which is really sad to me because it's, you know, this was like $100, but I have used so much of it. And I would highly recommend, if you are looking for a vanilla scent that's not vanilla, this is great. This is also great. Them combined, wonderful. But yeah, I think that's all I got. It looks like I've been sitting here for 40 minutes straight yapping, so I hope you enjoyed this seasonal favorites. Winter, we got through it. I'm looking forward to spring and all of the hopefully good energy we can take into this change of season. I know, you know, things in the world are scary, and it continues to be hard to stay engaged and up to date with what's going on. I know I have a lot of incredible privilege being, you know, white first, cisgendered, you know, I have a lot of privilege. I know I can just like disengage from what's happening, and I want to make sure I'm not doing that. So whenever I make videos, it's like, yeah, it's fun to talk about these products, but I know in the back of my head there's so much other shit that's going on in the world that this is all very trivial. Like these things, this wine that I bought at Kroger, it doesn't really compare to the things that are happening specifically in the country that I live in, which is the United States. You know, it's people are losing their jobs and their livelihoods, and the right to specific things like marriage and healthcare are being attacked if you don't fit a specific box. So just because I'm sitting here and talking about these products, I want you all to know that I'm not disengaging from what's going on, and I will continue to talk about those things in the videos that I make because it's important and it's a lived experience, and we all need to be aware of what's going on. But I hope you are taking care of yourselves, enjoying the last dregs of winter, but also wishing you a very positive and transformative and fulfilling new season. I hope that for me as well. Yeah, next video you should see for me is a spring TBR. I'm just realizing I didn't talk about any books here, but we can get to that later at a different date. But yeah, wishing you all well, good health, happiness in these trying times. But thank you for being here, thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!